रोहित जी, रिया पांडे को को होस्ट बनाइए।
Sir, should I start?
विद इन सेकंड। हाँ, स्टार्ट करिए।
Am I visible?
हाँ, यस।
Hello, everyone. A very lovely morning to one and all present here. I welcome you all on 30 Days International Training Come Winter School on the topic Navigating Agriculture Transformation for the Upliftment of Rural Excellence, Nature 2024. Today is 20th day of our training organized by AgriMeet Foundation Bharat in collaboration with CIMIT Mexico, Southern Federal University of Russia, ICADA Lebanon, World Agroforestry Center for International Forest Research Kenya, ICRI Research Hyderabad, Manage Hyderabad, SKLTSHU Telangana, MGUVV Durg, CCS HAU Hisar, IGKV Raipur, IARI New Delhi, MHU Karnal, NDRI Karnal, IARI ICR New Delhi, ICR DCR Puttur Karnataka, Stanford University and University of California. It is my great privilege and honor to introduce you Dr. Bogani Prabhakar ma'am. She is the first founder, vice chancellor of Sri Konda Lakshman Telangana State Horticulture University, Mulugu Siddipet district. She was also the first woman vice chancellor among 74 state agriculture universities across India. She is currently working as a senior professor and university head horticulture in PJT SAU Telangana. She has graduated and conferred masters from Andhra Pradesh Agriculture University, College of Agriculture, Rajendra Nagar, Hyderabad. She has completed PG diploma in personal management of Annamalai University and doctoral degree in horticulture from College of Agriculture, Rajendra Nagar, Acharya, NG Ranga Agriculture University in the year 1998. She has started her career as an assistant superintendent in timber and plantation department at the Singareni Collieries Company Limited, Godavari Khani from 1989 to 1992, and later joined the Acharya NG Ranga Agriculture University as scientist at Fruit Research Station, Sangareddy in June 1994, and served for about 29 years both in research, teaching, and administration. She has guided 30 PG PhD students as chairman and member of advisory committee. She has published about 115 research papers, edited two books, book chapter 12, 145 popular article, and also presented several research papers in national and international conferences, seminars, and symposia, including countries like Sri Lanka and Malaysia. She is the pioneer developer of irrigation technology and crop coefficient in onion during 1993 to 1995. Her significant contribution in publishing of reputed books on vegetable cultivation in Telugu was published thrice. Under her chairmanship, Srikonda Lakshman Telangana State Horticulture University has submitted geographical indications of Chapta chilies and submitted project for NABARD funding to file for geographical indication registration for Balanagar variety of custard apple and Armoor variety of turmeric, filed registration of Nalagonda dosakya of Oriental Pickling Manor with PPVFRA New Delhi as farmers variety from Telangana state for the first time in India. University has hosted All Vice Chancellor meeting organized by ICAR from 30 September to 2nd October 2022 at Heartfulness Education Institute, Hyderabad. She has received various awards and recognitions. She has received state level Best Scientist Award in 2007, University Merititious Teacher Award from Dr. M.S. Swaminathan on 41st convocation of ANGRAU in 2010, received Badam Saroja Jayanti Puruskaram in 2011, State Best Teacher Award in the year 2019 from Government of Telangana, Best Organization Women Empowerment Award during the Third International Inspirational Women Awards 2022, and also awarded as Queen of the Nation 2022 on the eve of International Women's Day, and received Kai Honorary Fellow Award 2022 from Confederation of Horticulture Association of India. She has also received Dr. M.H. Marigoda Award in 2024 conferred during 4th International Conference organized by AgriMeet Foundation Bharat in collaboration with HAU Hisar. We are very fortunate to have you with all of us today. On the behalf of everyone present here, I extend my heartfelt welcome to Dr. Bhoga Nirja Prabhakar ma'am, a leader whose dedication and achievements continue to inspire us all. Over to you. The session is yours now. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Raya, PhD scholar. So nice, so much, so elaborative introduction about me. And I am very much thankful to AgriMeet Foundation Bharat. So they are really doing very good programs for the benefit of the scientific fraternity as well as the student research faculty as well as, and I think if we'll bring the progressive of the areas for the benefit of the farmers may be useful. Look into that one. And yeah, then coming to the today's lecture, my lecture on sustainable management practices for dryland horticulture. So I think this is the third time I've been with the AgriMeet Foundation. And so let us enter into see that what is the current situation of the dry land in India. So out of the 329 million hectares, to the extent of 90 million hectares, land is non-productive. So where the 40% of the population depends for their livelihood. This is the one case. If you see out of the total cultivated area also, most of the farmers are absentee landlords. 40% are absentee landlords. So hence, so what is happening because of a lack of attention of the landowner? So there is a lot of that is the gap is going on. So taking care of the whatever the trees or plants that are growing in their own land. This is the one case. So actually, I'm happy to announce that PJTS SU is celebrating a Diamond Jubilee celebrations yesterday and today. Today is the concluding session is going on. And yesterday, Dr. Ramesh Chanji, so he is the member of Niti Aayog. So have been mentioned about this one, especially the importance of the horticulture. So as a part of the crop diversification, so one of the important component is the horticulture also. So if you see that what is the present situation of the Indian arid regions, we know that the scarcity of the rainfall and frequent droughts and intense sunshine, then occurrence of frost and off-season, sometimes the high wind velocity and poor soil condition, especially very low in carbon content and poor soil texture and with low nutrient content, or if the nutrients are available, they are present in the soil, but availability to the plant is very less. and limitation of the water for the not only the humans and animals, but also for the irrigation of the our cultivated crops, and flash floods, soil salinity, alkalinity, so and the climate change. These are the things. So we are seeing across last few years. So in spite of not only the particular arid regions are exposing these kind of conditions, but in other part of the countries other than the arid or semi-arid regions, because of the climate change, this some of the areas in throughout the India, they are experiencing this situation. Then if we see the what is the scope. So here we are seeing, so now we are crossing, so reaching the so much that field crop production is reaching the high level almost, but coming to the horticulture, so we are crossing over that field crop production. So reached about 354 million tons of production. But always farmers, they are thought of going for the less risk-oriented crops or else less labor-oriented crops. But what will happen in case of such dryland arid conditions? So there is a risk. So there is a risk of failure and a risk of not getting the yield and income under this erratic rainfall conditions. Hence, so always it is better to involve the horticulture component like diversified with the diversified cropping system, and especially including the perennial woody perennials. That is the most important thing. And this will improve the actually microclimate in the field conditions, and they will also become a perennial source of income for the farmers. So if we'll see the what are the sustainable management practices, we'll see. So these are the listed here. So first is the identification of the appropriate crop species. And then in that species, after that selection of the right variety, then multiplication of the quality seedling of suitable horticultural crops for the dryland areas, then methods of planting, then improving the water use efficiency, and for this one, so how to save the water or whatever the rain that falls, so how to save that rainwater, so water harvesting practices, then mulching, then integrated nutrient management, natural and organic farming, protected cultivation, tree-based cropping models, and IFS system, and especially lastly the value addition, which plays an important role in horticulture crops. So now what identification of the tree species. So there is a lot of scope in case of the horticulture. So in fruit and vegetable and perennial medicinal plants, so that can come up, we can grow in dryland areas. So if you see the fruit crops like, amla, bear, bale, custard apple, pomegranate, tamarind, jamun, chiranji, wood apple, karanda, fig. I will also suggest not only in the upcoming, like, dragon fruit, avocado also, and that one I will discuss. And coming to the vegetables, like, okra, tomato, that is the tolerant, the heat tolerant tomato varieties, then cooking melon, then cowpea, and vegetable cowpea also, then cluster bean, especially, which is very much suitable both for the seed purpose as well as the vegetable purpose. So in case of the perennial medicinal crops such as, amla, bale, guggul, henna, karakaya, soapnut, and flame of the forest, and some of the tree species, forest tree species are very much useful, which are even giving the edible fruits. So since ancient times we used to collect from the forest and we used to eat. So those kind of tree species can also be introduced in the dryland areas, which will give the higher economic returns. So these are some of the tree species I exposed here. And the next one is the choosing the right varieties, the very, very important. So if we'll see, for example, in case of the bale in our horticultural university, so that is TSK MPBA 01 with superior yield of 113 per tree, so which is giving the very big size of fruit, and with higher TSS 36 bricks, very good. Actually we can just simply we can eat as it is without any value addition, or without adding any other sweeteners like that. So this is very actually giving the higher yield. If you are doing the value addition products out of this one, it is very much useful for the farmers in the income generation. And not only that one, actually it is very good for health consumption of this bell fruit, which is more in North Indian conditions, but still its consumption in South India is very, very less. Now we had to bring the consumers awareness in this one. These are the some of the bell accessions that are procured from HRS Kondamallaipalli of Horticultural University. And in this one, this is the one variety. This is the which is a very big fruit and high yielding accession. Then here, this is actually related to the Dr. YSR University, when in combined university. So there, these varieties related to the tamarind, that is the Theta malika. And Anantarudra is it is a table purpose type high yielding clonal selections that were these are released as varieties which are very good. And one more thing, just now Ria mentioned about the custard apple. We applied for the TGI geographical indication. So actually it belongs to the location of Balanagar of Mahabubnagar district in Telangana. So named after that place only as a Balanagar, which is very reputed variety and very sweet and with medium size. And actually it is available in most of the forest nearby, even in hilly areas of the Mahabubnagar district, as well as so even after identification, it is a very good variety, and it is propagated at for a Sangareddy, and almost lakhs of grafts were supplied to the Maharashtra regions. Now there the commercial cultivation is going on. And then another important crop is jamun. So we Horticulture University is having the 27 different jamun collections, and the last 5 years the evaluation process is going on. And in this one, SRD JC3, which is a high yielding variety with more pulp, and then followed by 8 variety and 3 variety. So which is under the pipeline of evaluation. So multi-location trial, then for the pipeline for the release in the next few years. Then this is the actually fig plantation, and as well as in case of the College of Horticulture Mojalla, we have initiated here the natural research on natural farming. In the coming slides, I'll discuss about this one. And in this one, we have Diana, Puna, and brown turkey. Brown turkey is very good for the diabetic patients with the less sugar, low glycemic index. And Diana is performing very well. I think we we got the very beautiful yield with high quality, very sweet. And then coming to the suitable vegetables for dryland areas, cucumber cooking melon. So this is cultivated. This is also I told that is the Nalgonda Doskai, which is very familiar. And this cooking melon we can store in ambient conditions for about 2 months also without spoilage. So hence during the hot summer months, this is becoming a very good vegetable. Then clustered bean, pumpkin, ashwood, and leafy vegetables like hibiscus, batwa, quinoa. Actually, quinoa, only as a pseudo cereal, that is a consumption as a cereal purpose only. But quinoa we can also consume as a leafy vegetable. So that is previously we used to call that is a pigweed. And this is actually having the very good cooking quality and rich in vitamin A, and like batwa. Then chamakaya, which is a tree species of Leguminaceae family. Then drumstick, very well. It is known as a multi-nutrient nutraceutical tree, and which is a staple food in African countries and during hot summers. So they only consume the drumstick leaves and the fruit, and it is having a number of uses, and it is anti-cancerous, rich in calcium, iron, and vitamin A rich. So leaves are more nutritious when compared to the fruits. Then what are the mitigation measures we had to take up to improve the yields in case of the vegetable crops? The first thing is the sowing date. So here, because of the climate change, so now the farmers, they are not taking up the correct right time of sowing. If they will take up the right time of sowing, so for that one, they have to create the conditions suitable for that one. So this can be done with the available resources. Otherwise, if we'll change the date, delay in the sowing date, so it may prone to the occurrence of the more of pest and diseases, and it reduce the growth and yield. For example, I can say that okra, if you are sowing for the, in case of the Telangana conditions, if you go for the July month, last week, after that one, if you are going for the sowing, so there is a lot of occurrence of the powdery mildew and there is a reduction in the yield. So like that, we had to follow the sowing dates in case of the vegetable crops, especially during the summer months before reaching the hot temperatures. If the crop is able to complete the vegetative phase, then that crop will get good flowering and yield. Then the another one, use of the water use efficient technologies, especially like, micro irrigation, like drip irrigation. So which will improve the water use efficiency. Then following the soil and moisture conservation measures like use of the mulches and fertigation. So here the farmers think that the mulches means only the plastic mulch. But, whatever the natural materials that are available, like, leaves or the dry forest, anything that can be used as a mulch, or the any crop wastage, like, a rice husk, then groundnut husk, that can be also used as a mulch. So which will not only the conserve the soil moisture, but also later in the coming seasons, it will add the organic matter to the soil. That is the best method. Then these are the age-old practices, but that is missing in the present generation farming. So how to utilize the locally available material, they have to pay attention. That is the one important thing I want to tell. Then the last one is the protected cultivation. Of course, protected cultivations irrespective of the weather conditions. So by using the low, I will explain coming the slides, like using the low walking tunnels, that is the low cost area, low walking tunnels that can be used for a small area, especially small and marginal farmers can also go for the cultivation and they can achieve good returns. So these are some of the varieties which are suitable for summer cultivation or under hot dry conditions and hot temperatures. They will come up very well. Cowpea Arka Garima, Adlag bean Arka Mangla, French bean Arka Arjun, Dalgas bean Arka Sambram, and cluster bean Pusa Sada Bahar. And these are the varieties which are suitable both summer as well as rainy season also. Then this is the cooking melon, what I told. This is the very high yielding varieties, and this is the one actually Budamaka we used to call, and a very good and pickling type, and it is having the very long shelf life also. This is the local collection. These two varieties are released from Horticultural University, and these are some of the important varieties which are suitable for the dryland areas. So I'm not going to read out the list. I will already provided with the organizers my PPT. You can go through that one. And these are actually the crop plants with the specific characters, so that available which are suitable for dryland areas, especially pomegranate one. It is not only useful for the table purpose consumption, that is fresh consumption, but also it will prepare anardana. That is the anardana is nothing but the dried aerials of the pomegranate called anardana, which is the one of the income source. Then these are the so different varieties with the specific characters of the crops which are suitable for dryland conditions. Then coming to the actually cultural practices, in which one planting method is very, very important. So here the planting includes the raised bed raising, which is very, very important in case of the dryland conditions. So which will actually very effective utilization of the available natural resources, especially the conservation of the rainwater and the better utilization of this water that by the plant. So some of the trials are conducted here. One is the raised bed with the 2 feet height and a 16 feet row to row space. So where so here we have taken up the planting of fig, guava, pomegranate, custard apple, and also as a perennial vegetables also integrated with this one. And the probable reason for success in raised bed cultivation in fruit crops is mostly the uniform distribution of the soil moisture. So this was achieved in our area by using the Sasyagavya technique. I will tell what is that one. Then enhanced water holding capacity, then profused feeder root zone at surface of the soil, and a good drainage facility, no lagging during the heavy rain. So, and easy to perform the intercultural operations, even we can use the mechanized the biomechanical method also. Then we'll get the early crop when compared to the traditional planting in this by this method. And the next one is the water harvesting practices. So to improve the water use efficiency, this is the next. So we have the different methods of water harvesting. I'll show with the pictures here. So trench water harvesting, half-moon water harvesting, then crescent bunding, then catch pits, micro catchment area, then farm ponds, contour bunding. Nowadays, we are talking about the farm ponds and contour bunding. This is the terrace farming. But the previous what I told, this is the actually age-old practice. Some the areas it is missing. So again, if you are taking care of these methods of water harvesting, so that is the one caption, wherever the rain falls, catch it. So that is the important one. So so that we can save that rainwater in our nearby in the field, wherever it falls in within the field to avoid the running losses. So which is the main actually water source, which will become water source, and you can recharge your bore wells or the open wells also. Then the next method is the subsurface drip irrigation. So this is also since last 20 years we are talking about this one. So here the advantage of this subsurface drip irrigation is actually it will discharge the water at feeder root zone, that is 30 centimeters. The top 10 centimeters layer is it is a dry almost. It will free from the weeds, and damage to the dripleters is minimized, and the loss of water due to the damage or evaporation that can be also reduced, and which will improve the water use efficiency when compared to the surface drip irrigation. So this is the courtesy to the Dr. YSR Anantapur area, so which was these pictures representing. So this is the dry surface area without any weeds and moisture. So this is the how the subsurface irrigation is established. And this can be compared with the pitcher irrigation, you can, which is a old method, like using the mud pot and with the hole and the wick, it will drop by drop of water that will be supplied to the plant. Then to improving the water use efficiency. So as I said before, that is the one is the micro irrigation, that may be drip or subsurface drip. Then like sprinkler irrigation that can be followed in case of the mango, guava, vegetables, crops like a drip irrigation. And establishment of gravitational drip is it is a bless for the small and marginal farmers. So like establishing like around 1,000 liters at a 1 meter height. So if we fill that one tank and without any power supply by gravitational drip, he can easily cultivate half an acre of land, especially very much useful during the summer months. And here just I'm quoting one simple example in case of the broccoli. If you are discharging about 4 liters of water per day, so broccoli is it is not a dryland crop, but by using the drip system with a little like protecting from the hot sun, you can cultivate also this one by using the drip irrigation and in low polytunnels also. Then the next important one is the tree-based cropping system. So here, I'm agroforestry system, a tree-based cropping system is very, very important in dryland horticulture. Why? I'll tell. So this can accommodate, we can go crops like any either vegetable crop or agriculture crops, or else like medicinal and aromatic crops as shown here. That's Andrographis or ashwagandha. So farmer will get not only the extra income from the trees, but also, so there is a lot of advantage in mitigation of the climate. So they will act as a windbreaks, and it will add continuously the dry matter and add the carbon content to the soil. So here some of the models I explained about the agroforestry systems. Agri-Sylvi model means you can go for with the name is the Sylvi, that is the plant. So that is a tree plant component with any agricultural crop. Then Sylvi with the patchal system. So that may be any patches like Stelo or Lucerne, whatever may be, with the any tree component. Forestry tree component here, with the any horticulture crop like guava, or else you can go nowadays we are seeing oil palm coming up very well. So that is multi-storied cropping, either not only the patches, you can go for the other like spices and vegetable crops, or like plantation crops like coffee, like that. Cocoa, these are suitable, especially cocoa. Then agri-silvipasture, that is 3 components are included here. Tree component as well as the patches component and your agriculture crop. So this is the how. So like this, so incorporation of the trees into the farming system, so which will mitigate the effects of the drought and prevent the desertification, avoiding the hot winds and act as a windbreaks. And especially it will add the much of organic matter to this degraded soils, improves the soil condition especially. I'll explain in the coming slides with the examples. So here, with the climate change expected to lead unpredictable seasons in the future, so placing ever greater pressure on the agriculture system, food production and food prices, agroforestry is a viable option to help and buffer the farmers against these adverse effect of the climate change effect. Then, about 20 to 30% of the total living biomass of the trees is that will add by the root system and add to the soil by dead and decaying of these roots, and deep root ability of the trees, which will actually absorb the nutrients from the soil depth, so very from the deeper soil layers, and that where actually agriculture or that crops, seasonal crops, they cannot reach, so that they will recycle this tree component, will recycle them to the surface soil layers through addition of the litter. This is the how. Then one of the study I told in Sikkim, Mandarin-based agroforestry system, how it improved the carbon content, NPK availability in the soil. Here, I will explain the highest organic matter was found. So with the 5 years of this mandarin plantation is about 7.37, you see, and if it is below 20 years, it is almost around 6. So at the same time, in case of the availability of the phosphorus and even potassium, also same is the case. So if you are growing the perennial component, so by leaf pulp, so which will add the organic carbon to the soil, which will improve the soil physical properties, as well as the carbon content and water holding capacity, and the more of the that soil microbiota improves, and which will made that non-available nutrients that may be either NPK or any macronutrients, it will dissolve and made them available to the plants. So here you can see this is the below age of the 20 years orchard. If it is the above age of the 40 years, you can clearly see the availability of the K and P and organic matter, which will improve a lot. And if you see that long-term effect of the cultivation crops under the different agro-based agroforestry systems, so here it will narrow the CN ratio. So because it is continuously adding the N through the litter to the soil. And there is too much, so that is exchangeable calcium, magnesium, K, and available. This is the agroforestry system, which are recycled by the litter fall, as I said before. but it is proved scientifically also. So always agroforestry system is considered as a closed nutrient cycling system. It is called as a closed nutrient cycling, where if you compare with the simple open, the sole crop agriculture crop or any vegetable crop, that is leaky system we used to call. So intermediate system is the intercropping, integrating the trees with the agriculture crops. But the sole, the agroforestry system tree component means it is a completely closed, which will avoid the loss of the nutrients. So this is the, very well about the mulching. So how it improves the organic matter and reduce the weed growth and save the water. And so in view of the water scarcity, now it is very, very important. Always go for the mulching. Mulching means, I said before, that sometimes, that open soil, then after the no rainfall, this one, if you are disturbing the soil and loosening the soil, which will become a soil mulch, which will avoid the capture of the water and save the water. That is the one thing which is not aware of the many, even young scientists also. So the working with the soil also, which will save the water. That is the one thing. And nowadays, now even the environmental friendly mulch sheets are available, which is workable. That is life is for the 2 seasons, and after that it will actually disintegrated into the soil and it will become as a manure only. So such kind of mulch sheets also available. And then coming to the integrated nutrient management. So here my intention to mention is about the uses of the all biofertilizers like azotobacter or phosphosoluble bacteria and chemobilizers. So these are very, very important in especially they will play a vital role in the perennial system and dryland horticulture. So because always the fruits they will be provided with a little bit water, and that with that water they can survive, and that they improve the soil microbiota, which will made the all nutrients available form to the plant. So here, if we by using this azotobacter of 250 grams, you can reduce the doses of the 50% of the RDF. That much is the saving on the farmer's point of view, and it is without affecting the quality and the yield. Same is the case in case of the guava also. So here also, with 50% RDF by using the azotobacter of 250 grams per tree, so which will improve the yield, weight of the fruit, as well as vitamin C content. So quality and shelf life also improved. So this is the case of the mango. The same is the here you can see the fruit weight is the 372 grams, means it is a more than it is a large size only. Per kg 3 fruits almost, and fruit yield per kg is per tree is the 61 kg, and cost benefit ratio is 6.65. And the next one is the important what is talking about nowadays. We're talking about natural farming, organic farming. So under the dryland conditions, if we'll adapt this natural farming, so which definitely improves the soil condition. So here the natural farming is a classical approach. So using the whatever the natural materials that are available within the vicinity. Within the most of the times farmers will get free of cost and local resources. So here you are maintaining the symbiotic relationship with the local biodiversity, and which will promote the sustainability and also enhance the soil fertility, conserve the water, and also biodiversity. So here I already told in College of Horticulture, Mojalla, in a horticultural university. So they have established a fig, pomegranate, guava, and mango block. Actually, by default, it was a natural farming first 2-3 years. And later on, we continued that one. And here, following the Sasyagavya technique. So here, this is the these are the 3 varieties of fig. And this is the 2S one. This is the guava. 2 varieties, and 6 varieties of mango. So here, so whatever the that weeds that are removed by mechanical means that are incorporated burying into the soil of 1 centimeter depth, and they are actually treated with the Sasyagavya ingredient preparations. That is the cow dung, one part is crop residue, then one part is urine, and 2 parts of the water. So these liquid is prepared and sprayed on this weed. So removed weeds which are incorporated on the just spread over on the soil and sprayed, and they are actually turned every 10 to 12 days. 2 sprays were given, and again later on after that one it is incorporated into the soil. This is the Sasyagavya prepared, and this technique is actually very ancient scripture technique, that is the Krishi Parasara and Vriksha Ayurveda they have mentioned, which will improve the soil organic carbon and as well as total nitrogen. So after 4 years of the result, what happened? We scientifically studied that there is an improvement in the organic carbon content, total nitrogen content by using this Sasyagavya technique. And apart from that, after that one, so there is a, we have recorded an yield of 3.96 kg per plant pomegranate, and in fig 13.8 kg per plant, and in guava 11.65. And last year only, this last summer, we got the yield in case of the mango also. So this is so by following what is the ultimate is actually, by following the natural farming, especially, so by utilizing the local resources available and effectively and without causing any environmental negative effect on the environment. So we are not using any synthetic fertilizers, synthetic pesticides, only using the natural available materials for control of the pest and diseases, and also as a nutrient resource also, only naturally available materials only we are using. Then coming to the organic farming. So in overall world, actually Australia is leading country with almost 35.65 million hectares of land. In case of the India, it is only 2.78 million hectares of 2% of the net sown area only. There is a lot of scope. Of course, last 2 years, there is so much improvement or increase in the organic farming with the initiation of the Union Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. So here, in organic farming in India, top 3 states are Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Maharashtra. So half of the area is under organic cultivation. Of course, the northeastern countries, most of the areas are by default, they are organic farming already recognized. The produce is purely organic, and the government is implementing dedicated scheme like that is the PKVY for the promotion of traditional indigenous practices, including the natural farming. And so here, on the initial development stage of the organic, maybe first 2 to 3 years, we will get the lower yields. Once the system established, so there will be, there won't be any yield reduction, and sustainable that yields we will get in the further. And here, one thing we had to take care of the actually occurrence of pest and diseases by using the natural means only, and by following the integrated pest management, avoiding the synthetic fertilizers, starting from the agriculture practices and physical control and mechanical control. Then chemicals means not the naturally, that is like chili garlic placed, and the dasha patra, that kashayam, these are the things which are used. So different kinds of materials which are used for along with the cow urine for control of the pest and diseases. And one of the study conducted Kasri in case of the sesame, by following this organic method of cultivation, they have recorded the yields of this one a little bit so low when compared to the conventional system of that chemical fertilizer use system. But it is very important to maintain the soil microbiota. If you are using continuously the high amount of synthetic fertilizers, it reduces the response of the plant towards the available nutrients in the soil. For example, in case of the, as I said, by the so in the sustainable agriculture that is actually in 1960s. The response to the applied 1 kg of each 1 pk fertilizer is about, we used to realize about 25 kg per each 1 kg of NPK applied one. 97. But later on in 2020-21, it came down to the 6 kgs per applied each 1 kg of NPK. That shows the importance of the how we had to maintain the healthy soil. Otherwise, we won't get any yield because the sickness of the soil. And the climate change, that is the one is the greatest challenge for this sustainable growth and of the agriculture and allied sectors. So because of the extreme, we are experiencing last few years, extreme droughts, floods, and rise in high temperature. So that is the how it is negatively affecting the world food security. And here, so as a part of that one, so another area we can, so in such case that we had to take care is occurrence of the new pest and diseases, like, locust attack. So how to escape, and spiraling whitefly and tuta absoluta, that is tomato pinworm, like that. So we had to take care of those things. Then one recent topic we are talking about much about is a biochar. So which is a actually, that is produced that black carbon under the, so with the minimum oxygen, burning with the minimum exposure to the oxygen. So by application of this biochar, which will maintain this organic carbon content in the soil for about hundreds and thousands of years, as said by the experts. So, and the horticulture crops in turmeric and onion, we thought already in turmeric it was initiated by using the biochar, and in onion also we are initiating. So here the biochar, what are the characters here? A 1 gram of the fine biochar will have the 40 square meters of the surface area, so which could able to hold the water to that extent, and made available the nutrients easily to the plants. That is the character. So apart from that, actually it will improve the fertilizer use efficiency by 10 to 30%, and CEC by that is a 50% increase. And soil moisture retention is increasing by 18%. The crop productivity is almost 20 to 120%, depending on that crop and the how we are using. Because here one thing, just 15 days, one is the curing of the biochar is important after the preparation of the charcoal. Curing is important before the application. Then once when to apply, almost like 15 to 20 days before the crop sowing or planting, transplanting, we had to apply. And it has to be well, that is well cured. That is a very, very important. Then there is a decrease in the methane emission by 100%. That means so the release of the greenhouse gases, so that impact also it will be reduced. Then nitrous oxide also decrease 50%. Then bulk density is, which is depends on the soil, type of soil where you are growing. Then functional of the mycorrhiza fungi also increases. Then biological nitrogen fixation also it increases. This is the one. Still we are going under conducting the scientific experiment. So then now coming to the, this is the how the fertigation which will, so some of the INM practices are so how it is causing the effect, and on the some of the like capsicum, lettuce, so how it is improving the integrated nutrient management. These are the results here mentioned. Yeah. This is the pass. Okay. So I told about the naturally ventilated poly houses and low level of that Walkie tunnels. So where this is the actually Department of Horticulture conducted this one, and by using this one with the following the cropping system like coriander, cucumber, or cherry tomato. So income that is generated from the 2,000 square meters, so 1 lakh rupee here for this season for about April, May, June, July. That is the 3 months. Like that here also with the capsicum. So the income generated is about that is about 4 lakh, and the net profit is about 1.77 lakhs. And in the same way here, in case of so these are the broccoli and these things, so leafy vegetables, all these things. So integrated nutrient management here, some of the examples I have mentioned here. So I'm not going through this one. And the last one that I mentioned is about the value addition. In case of the horticulture crops being, they are having more of water content. They are highly perishable, about almost 35 to 40%. There is a post-harvest losses happening. So post-harvest that handling is important apart from that value addition. So here in our horticultural university, so we are actually during my period, I encouraged a lot about this value addition program, and ELP students, they have prepared, they are still, it is continuing, they are preparing excellent products by using different kinds of base materials, they like papaya based nana juice, multi-purpose gel and moringa leaf with and leaf capsules and blackberry and black mulberry wine. So they have prepared several products. And this is the products that are prepared from the tamarind. This is courtesy from the YSR Horticultural University at that period. So like this, even one of the students, they are conducting and the preparation of the different post-harvest produce from the bale, that is also in the progress. And these are the things. Then apart from that, we have to pick up or catch out that smart that updated technologies. In this one, robotics, drone application, Internet of the Things, open field hydroponics, crop diversification, and integrated farming system. So these are the actually, by using the mechanization and using the robots for the different field operations, from weeding to the harvesting and packing. We have to pay attention on this one, and still we are very nascent in this robotics and drone technology in India. And then coming to the open field hydroponics, so this is one important, the recent years, the open field soilless system, which is playing a very important role. So we can cultivate the crops in open areas where the soil is not that congenial for the crops. So here you are using the external material for growing of the crops in the open field hydroponics. This enables to increase the water and nutrient efficiency. One thing. Then integrated farming system, apart from that horticulture component, livestock like poultry and fisheries, these are very, very important, which will improve the socioeconomic status of the farmer. And we have few examples here. So with the KVK Ramgiri Killa, so where the by growing of the fish, so a farmer has harvested 5.3 tons of extra, so they got the extra income out of this apart from the paddy cultivation. At the same time, by using this Rajashree fowls, so one is the chicken and that meat, as well as the for selling of the eggs, they got the extra income. So always see, depending on the sole crop, it is always better to go for the integrated farming system. Then the crop diversification. So yesterday only Dr. Ramesh Chand sir, he told about that one, if you are still continuing only on the field crops, the growth rate will be not that much fast, one thing. Then the other one is maybe last, Telangana is an exception because of the special situations. It excelled in the paddy production, but in next few years, it is definitely there will be a decrease in the growth rate in case of only if you are going for the field crops. So obviously we have to go for the crop diversification, which includes especially the horticulture is the one important, apart from the other agricultural related sectors like, livestock, fisheries, poultry, and so on and so forth. So the reason why we had to go for this one is for better utilization of the environmental resources, and also to get the more yields or continuous yields and income throughout the year. So these are the very important. So here, in case of the perennial crop like oil palm and coconut based cropping system or arcanut based cropping system, where the multi-story cropping system is followed, and such farmers, they are fetching more income throughout the year. And that situation has to be exploited by the even small and marginal farmers, by even they can adapt that forest to school model for even from the half acre also. That is the one new concept that is coming up. So already I told about this agri-horticulture systems integrating with this one. So this is the one thing which actually creates the micro environment and create the income throughout the year to the farmers. So this is what are the other new crops they are having scope in these conditions, drought conditions. Dragon fruit also coming up very well in Telangana. Around 3,300 acres of land is under the dragon fruit, and the date palm still we don't. So it is come in India, it is coming up. And avocado we are picking up now. We have conducted 2 awareness programs in the avocado cultivation, and of course oil palm and bamboo. So oil palm also picking up very well, and Telangana government is targeting for the expansion of the oil palm. In that one, they can go for the intercultivation of with intercrops, either field crops like groundnut, oil seeds crops, as well as the vegetables and cocoa. So here, so this is the one is the nutrition sensitive agriculture. So that is a very, very important. We are talking these days about the only the food security, but nutritional security also very, very important. This can be achieved only by including the horticultural crops, especially fruits and vegetables in our diet. So that's also paying attention, so that we have to pay attention towards adding the horticultural crops in farmers field. That is the reason at least 30% of the area of the farmers, if will go with the perennial tree component with the horticultural crops, so definitely there will be improvement in their environmental efficiency, water use efficiency, and also improvement in the income generation. So as in the last with the concluding remarks, that is that so integration of the various interventions that is highly warranted than any single component, as I repeated several times, and the location specific and need based interventions should be formulated instead of rigid practices for all conditions same. So location specific, every farmer has to look into that one. Then adoption of the latest technologies like farm machinery, robotics, AI, IoT practices, and usage of the drones for scouting and timely spraying of chemicals for pests and diseases. In Horticulture University, made MOU with Samhita. Samhita is actually using this drone technology for scouting the health condition of the citrus orchards in the Nalgonda area, and with so as advanced preventive measure, they is to identify the sick plants well advanced. Then they will take care of that. What has to be taken care, like what is the symptom occurred due to the pest or deficiency of the nutrients, and accordingly they is to take. They will suggest to the farmers what recommend. They will recommend the farmers recommendations they is to give. For control of the pest, if it is a pest, and if it is a nutrient deficiency, they will suggest that one. So with this one, I will tell that is the evergreen slogan, more crop per drop. That is the mantra. So water is the elixir of life. Increasing the water use efficiency is the key for the success of dryland farming. But not only the dryland farming, in the present farming, that is the most important thing. And this is the rainwater harvesting practices should be widely adapted. Catch the rain where it falls, when it falls. This is the slogan given by our Honorable Governor, then the Honorable Governor, Srimati Tamilisai Soundararajan Garu. So acceptance is the signature of the evolution. So any new technology that comes, we have to try, and we have to try that one and prove how it is performing in our conditions. That is the one thing we had to pay attention. So with this few things, so I concluded my lecture. And so my due acknowledgements to all the Center of Excellence Department of Horticulture, SKLTGHU, Dr. YSR Horticulture University, PJTU.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a wonderful session. Everyone, the chat box is open. If you are having any kind of doubt or query regarding any topic, you all can ask. I'll be passing the question directly to ma'am. So the chat box is open.
इस पर्टिकुलर पीपीटी और लेक्चर को लेके यदि कोई डाउट है ना, आप चैट बॉक्स में लिख सकते हैं। हमारी मॉडरेटर उस क्वेश्चन को मैम तक पहुंचाएंगे, मैम उसका रिप्लाई करेंगी। कोई भी पार्टिसिपेंट यदि कुछ पूछना चाहता है तो।
We have got the question. Ma'am, can you please elaborate the open field hydroponics?
Yeah, in case of the open field hydroponics, it is nothing but that, like growth bags which are filled, that is in place of the soil, the locally available either. So non-soil material, soilless material that is used, and where we will take up the our planting or sowing in that growth bags. So that is the how. Then the irrigation is the common, like, either drip irrigation like that. That is the new term they have used. It is nothing but like, growth bag cultivation only.
Okay, the next question we have got, please mention ideal climate resilient IFS model.
Come again, please.
The next question is, please mention ideal climatic resilient IFS model.
IFS model, again, it depends on the weather conditions that are present in that particular area. For example, IFS integrated farming system in our so in our Natrantal in Khammam, that side. So in case of that one, oil palm with the cocoa, again a spice crop, any spice crop. They are even going for the nutmeg also, like that. So coming to the arcanite based cropping system, that is different. So in case of the dryland conditions, one fiber crop with the silvy patch, that patcher crop, subabul or any other, and that is a tree component. And you can go for the any patches, or else you can go for the groundnut. Wheel crop means oil seed crop, groundnut, like that. Or if you are having little bit water facility, you can go for the vegetables. So 3 levels, 3 stories or 4 stories, depending on your availability of the water and conditions. Even in case of the African bauble that is used, so which is actually the specific condition is it all leaves will be fall during the Kharif season, which will facilitate the cultivation of the field crops like, maize, sunflower, as intercrops they can go. And as the season advances, Rabi season, it will produce the leaves. So there's depending on the condition. And you can go for the, like a drumstick, also you can go as an intercrop, like a drumstick along with the other crops. vegetable crops or field crops you can grow. On the bunds, you can go for the drumstick. Here I have seen that question that what is the variety of the drumstick? Drumstick generally annual types like PKM1 and those can be used, and which again pruned back to the 3 to 3 feet level. Again, it will give the new branches and new leaves. Here the hydroponics worth in the water scarcity means it is not the hydroponics what I mentioned here, it is I told already. Hydroponics that is means nothing. Open hydroponics means that is there the drip system only it is used. It saves the water. So that the water that is used for 1 lakh, that 1 acre land, that same water can be used for about 2.5 acres land cultivation. And completely controlled conditions, hydroponics is entirely, this is a different. Moringa variety only for leaves production means actually if you go on pruning, it will give the leaves, that's it. Management is important to get the leaves. It is not the variety. So perennial varieties, you have to place them with a long distance, like 4 meters or 5 meters distance. If it is annual variety, means you can go for the close system of planting, like 1.5 meter. Sasyagavya technique, I already told it is 1 part of the water, 1 part of the cow dung, 1 part of the cow urine, 2 parts of the water, 1 part of the cow dung, 1 part of the cow urine, 2 parts of the water, so which will be mixed up, and then that is sprayed on the mechanically removed weeds which are kept in between 2 rows of the soil only, and that is sprayed, and after 1 week or 10 days again it is revert back, so turned it again, 1 more spray is taken up, and after that again after 2 weeks then that is incorporated into the soil so that it will disintegrate at a faster rate. This is the Sasyagavya technique.
Another question is, ma'am, what is the method adopted for organic matter estimation in orchard soils?
So actually, generally they adapt, I think the normal organic carbon estimated, then which will be multiplied with 1.52, we will get the organic matter. I think so. That is the formula that is used. I'm not wrong. First, organic carbon is estimated, then it is multiplied with that one, that constant factor. Okay.
Ma'am, what is the optimum range of total soluble sugar present in vegetable pigeon pea?
I am not aware of it. Sorry.
Okay, ma'am. The drumstick, can you tell about drumstick varieties?
Already I told that one. It is either perennial or maybe annual. So continuous that pruning, that maintenance, which will produce the leaves continuously. It is not the variety only kept that is kept only for the leaf purpose. Basically, there are 2 types, perennial type and annual type. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Jaffna is that is the perennial type. So a number of varieties are available in annual type.
Any more questions?
And one more,
chat box
has to take that moringa leaf powder. They had to shade drying is at household level. They had to go for the shade drying only to retain that green color and nutrients. Or else they can go for that sun, that is the dehydration unit, small unit. They can use it.
Okay, ma'am. Ankur sir, do you want to say anything?
मुझे लगता है अब कोई क्वेरी नहीं, अब तो कोई क्वेरी नहीं है चैट बॉक्स में.
Yeah, it was self-explanatory.
नहीं, मैडम का हमेशा सेल्फ एक्सप्लेनेटरी रहता है. ये समझ लो कि मैडम का आशीर्वाद, मैडम की ब्लेसिंग्स बहुत पहले से हमको मिल रही हैं और कभी कोई किसी तरीके के डाउट रहता ही नहीं है सेशन में. मैडम, मैं मैं धन्यवाद बोल के धन्यवाद को छोटा करूंगा, मैं बोलना ही नहीं चाह रहा धन्यवाद। ये बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आपने मेरी रिक्वेस्ट को एक्सेप्ट किया, एक्नॉलेज किया और अपना हमेशा सपोर्ट, अपनी ब्लेसिंग्स, अपना लव हमेशा शो किया। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बस यही ब्लेसिंग्स आप प्लीज बनाए रखिएगा ऑलवेज। थैंक यू सो मच मैम, थैंक यू।
I wish you all the best, Dr. Ankur and your team. So, yeah, you continue this our service.
जी थैंक यू सो मच मैम। जी सभी पार्टिसिपेंट्स लेफ्ट कर सकते हैं। थैंक यू सो मच मैडम, सादर प्रणाम एंड नमस्ते कि आपने ज्वाइन किया। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।